Welcome to Ancient Conspiracy Files. I'm your host, Ben Carter. The ancients have left us many mysteries, and few are as imposing or inexplicable as the monoliths that dot our planet. These massive stone structures, some soaring to dizzying heights, others submerged beneath the ocean's surface, have fascinated and confounded us for centuries. Their purpose, their method of construction, and their true significance remain shrouded in the mists of time. In the heart of Ethiopia, the ancient stelae of Aksum rise from the earth, their intricate carvings weathered but still visible. These were not erected by primitive tribes, but a sophisticated civilization. The largest of these, the Great Stela, stands at 33 meters and weighs a staggering 517 tons. It is a marvel of engineering, a testament to a forgotten technology that we can only guess at. Across the globe in Japan, beneath the waves off the coast of Yonaguni, lies another monolith, this one submerged and shrouded in aquatic mystery. The Yonaguni Monument, as it is known, is a massive underwater rock formation that appears too precise, too symmetrical to be a product of nature. Its sharp angles and flat surfaces suggest deliberate design, striking a discordant note in an otherwise chaotic underwater landscape. Then there's the towering majesty of the Moai on Easter Island. These monolithic human figures, carved by the Rapa Nui people, have long been a source of fascination and speculation. The largest among them, known as Paro, stands at almost 10 meters tall and weighs 82 tons. These colossal figures were moved and erected without the use of wheels, pulleys, or large animals, raising the question of how such a feat was possible with the technology available at the time. Are these monoliths remnants of an unknown global technology? The similarities are striking. Their monumental size, the mystery surrounding their construction, the civilizations that sprung up around them. These structures may be separated by vast oceans and centuries, yet they share an enigmatic quality that tantalizes our curiosity, hinting at hidden truths waiting to be unveiled. Could the ancients have possessed a form of technology far beyond their time, a kind of knowledge now lost to us? While we may marvel at their grandeur, these monoliths could serve a purpose far beyond mere spectacle. They could be subtle signposts, markers left by a civilization that achieved a level of technological prowess we can scarcely imagine, only to disappear, leaving behind these tantalizing clues. The imprints of these ancient civilizations are not just etched on the surface of our planet, but in our collective consciousness. As we delve into the mystery of these monoliths, we are not just exploring stone and earth. We are probing the depths of human accomplishment, the limits of what we believe to be possible, and the tantalizing promise of a forgotten technology that once spanned the globe. As we cast our gaze back to the time when these monoliths rose from the earth, we find ourselves enveloped by a world vastly different from our own. It was an epoch when man's understanding of the universe was very much tied to the rhythms of nature and the movements of celestial bodies. It was an era where mythology and science were inextricably entwined, when the delineation between the physical and the metaphysical was blurred. The ancients lived in a world steeped in mysticism and the supernatural, where the unexplainable was often attributed to the gods or higher powers. The stars were not just celestial bodies, but divine entities that guided their paths. The cycles of nature were not just seasonal changes, but manifestations of divine will. The monoliths, in this context, were not just architectural feats, but sacred spaces, believed to be imbued with divine power. Technologically, these were societies with tools and methods we might consider rudimentary by today's standards. Yet, they were capable of constructing structures of such magnitude and precision that we continue to marvel at them thousands of years later. From the precisely aligned stones of Stonehenge to the towering Moai of Easter Island, these edifices reflect a deep understanding of geometry, physics, and engineering. Despite the absence of modern machinery, these civilizations demonstrated a command over stone and earth that allowed them to manufacture, transport, and erect these monoliths. It's a testament to their ingenuity and resilience, a testament to the power of human will in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. The culture surrounding these monoliths was often shrouded in ritual and ceremony. They served as sites for religious rites, astronomical observations, and social gatherings. They were focal points around which societies organized themselves, both physically and spiritually. The monoliths were not just structures, They were living entities, integral to the fabric of these ancient societies. These civilizations, their beliefs, and their technologies were all intertwined, each shaping and influencing the other. To understand the monoliths, we must understand these societies as holistic entities, where the spiritual and the physical, the celestial and the earthly, the divine and the human were all part of a complex, interconnected web. As we delve deeper into this ancient world, the monoliths reveal themselves not just as structures of stone, but as embodiments of a civilization's collective will and imagination. They stand as testaments to an age when humanity reached for the stars with nothing but stone and earth, a time when the impossible was made possible through sheer will and belief. Within the realm of ancient texts and scrolls, there are several accounts that seem to hint towards a sophisticated understanding of technology. For instance, the Indian epic Mahabharata, dating back to 400 BCE, describes flying machines known as vimanas. These descriptions are so detailed that they have led some to speculate whether these were actual aircrafts, an idea that might seem far-fetched given our understanding of technological progress. Ancient Sumerian texts, too, speak of the Anunnaki, a group of deities who descended from the heavens. These texts describe the Anunnaki as beings who possessed advanced knowledge, including the ability to manipulate and shape the earth, hinting towards a potential technological prowess we can only wonder about. In Egypt, the Papyrus of Ani, a version of the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, describes the construction of the pyramids, attributing it to the gods. The precision with which the Great Pyramid of Giza was built, aligning with the cardinal directions and the stars, suggests an understanding of astronomy and engineering that is remarkable for its time. Could the ancient Egyptians have received this knowledge from a more advanced civilization, or were they themselves the bearers of this advanced technology? The Antikythera mechanism, an ancient Greek artifact discovered in the Aegean Sea, is another example of the incredible technological prowess of our ancestors. This intricate device, often referred to as the world's first analog computer, was used to predict astronomical positions and eclipses, offering further proof of the sophisticated knowledge possessed by ancient societies. On the other side of the world, South America is home to the Nazca lines, massive geoglyphs etched into the Earth's surface. Their purpose remains a mystery, but some theories suggest that they were used as astronomical calendars or even as signals to extraterrestrial beings. These references and discoveries, when considered alongside the monolithic structures that pepper our planet, paint a picture of an ancient world that was far more technologically advanced than we often give it credit for. The question we must ask ourselves is this: could these monoliths and the societies that built them have been the bearers of a forgotten global technology? One that was lost with the fall of these civilizations, only to be rediscovered millennia later in our modern age? We continue our journey into the past, guided by the monoliths, the ancient texts, and the enduring mysteries they hold. Those who propose that ancient monoliths are remnants of a lost global technology point to a series of historical anomalies and inconsistencies that challenge mainstream historical narratives. For instance, the technological prowess required to build such monoliths, as suggested by their sheer size and precision, appears inconsistent with what we understand about the technological capabilities of the ancient civilizations that supposedly built them. Take, for example, the enigmatic Stonehenge in England. This prehistoric monument, constructed approximately 5,000 years ago, comprises massive stones, some weighing as much as 50 tons. The mainstream historical narrative asserts that Neolithic people erected these stones using primitive tools and sheer human strength. Yet critics question how such a gargantuan task could be accomplished without advanced technology, especially considering that some of the stones originate from Preseli Hills, nearly 200 miles away from the Stonehenge site. Similar questions arise when we consider the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. Despite being built around 4,500 years ago, this pyramid displays an extraordinary level of precision. Its alignment to the cardinal directions is accurate to within 3/60ths of a degree, a feat that even today's construction projects would struggle to match. Additionally, the pyramid's sides are all almost exactly the same length, with a mere 58mm difference between the longest and shortest side. To achieve such precision with the tools and knowledge thought to be available at the time seems implausible to many. In South America, the colossal stone blocks of Sacsayhuaman in Peru also challenge conventional historical timelines. Weighing up to 200 tons and fitting together with such accuracy that not even a sheet of paper can be inserted between them, these walls defy our understanding of Inca technology. Mainstream historians believe that the Incas did not possess the wheel, the pulley, or iron tools, making the construction of Sacsayhuaman a mystery. Moreover, numerous monoliths worldwide share architectural similarities that suggest a possible connection between disparate ancient societies. The trilithons of Stonehenge, the Osirian in Egypt, and the Tonga trilithon in Polynesia, despite being thousands of miles apart and constructed by civilizations with no confirmed contact, all share a remarkably similar design. Could this be evidence of a shared global technology, now forgotten? The mainstream historical narrative struggles to satisfactorily explain these anomalies. The theory of a forgotten global technology, while controversial, offers an alternative perspective that, if true, could dramatically rewrite our understanding of human history. The monoliths stand as silent witnesses to the past, their secrets yet to be fully unraveled. The quest to decode their mysteries continues. The quest to decode the mysteries of these ancient monoliths has been bolstered by several scientific and archaeological advancements. One such tool is carbon dating, a technique that allows scientists to determine the age of an artifact or site. Yet, intriguingly, in many of these monolithic sites, carbon dating has often raised more questions than it has answered. For instance, at the Great Pyramid of Giza, organic material found within the mortar used in construction has been carbon dated to several centuries before the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, under whom the pyramid was supposedly built. Unexplained architecture is another compelling aspect of the monolith mystery. In the ruins of Pumapunku in Bolivia, we find massive stone blocks cut with such precision that they interlock like a jigsaw puzzle. The intricate carving of these stones, some weighing over 100 tons, seems to exceed the technological capabilities of the ancient Andean people. Furthermore, the methods used to transport these massive blocks from quarries located miles away remain unexplained. Celestial alignments present in these ancient structures also suggest sophisticated astronomical knowledge. Stonehenge, for instance, aligns with the rising and setting of the sun at the solstices, indicating a deep understanding of the solar year. Similarly, the Great Pyramid of Giza aligns with the constellation of Orion, a correlation that mainstream archaeology has yet to fully explain. Genetic clues, too, hint at possible global connections. An intriguing example comes from Easter Island, where the Rapa Nui people, isolated in the Pacific Ocean, share certain genetic markers with indigenous populations in South America. This raises the tantalizing possibility of ancient transoceanic voyages and shared technology or knowledge. The presence of out-of-place artifacts, or U-parts, further complicates the historical narrative. The Antikythera mechanism, discovered in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece, is a sophisticated astronomical calculator dating back to the 2nd century BCE. Its existence suggests a level of technological sophistication that seems out of step with the era. In each of these examples, the mainstream historical narrative struggles to provide a satisfactory explanation. The evidence invites us to consider the possibility of an advanced, global civilization in the ancient past, a theory that, while controversial, cannot be dismissed outright. The monoliths, silent and enigmatic, continue to guard their secrets, challenging us to look beyond known history and venture into the realm of the unknown. But the natural inclination to question and explore, to pursue the truth wherever it may lead, is not always met with open arms. The institutional response to such theories often tends toward denial and resistance. Mainstream historians, archaeologists, and scientific institutions, bound by established paradigms and academic consensus, can be reluctant to engage with ideas that challenge convention. This reluctance is not without reason. The scientific method is built on skepticism, on demanding rigorous evidence before accepting a claim, particularly one that upends a foundational understanding. But there is a fine line between healthy skepticism and an unwillingness to entertain alternate theories. In the case of the monolith mystery, it is worth asking whether this line has been crossed. First, consider the response to the idea of ancient, global civilizations. This theory, while controversial, is not without merit. As we have seen, there is evidence, archaeological, genetic, astronomical, that suggests connections between disparate ancient cultures. But mainstream academia remains largely dismissive. Critics argue that the evidence is circumstantial, that it is based on misinterpretations or coincidences. They point to the lack of written records or concrete proof of intercontinental travel. Then there are the parts, the out-of-place artifacts that seem to defy historical understanding. The Antikythera mechanism, for instance, demonstrates a level of technological sophistication that seems out of step with the era, and yet it is often dismissed as a one-off, an anomaly that does not warrant a rethinking of the historical timeline. These dismissals, critics argue, reveal an institutional reluctance to engage with uncomfortable truths, a pattern of suppression and ridicule that stifles scientific progress. They point to the censorship of research, the marginalization of scholars who dare to question the status quo. They argue that the mainstream narrative, rather than being based on objective truth, is shaped by power dynamics, by the gatekeepers of knowledge who determine what is acceptable and what is not. But perhaps most revealing is the response to the monoliths themselves. These massive stone structures, scattered across the globe, are among the greatest archaeological enigmas of our time. They pose fundamental questions about our past, about the capabilities of ancient civilizations, about the very nature of human history. And yet, the mainstream response has largely been one of silence. In the face of these monoliths, silence is not an option. The questions they raise demand answers. They challenge us to look beyond the established narrative, to grapple with the unknown, to confront the possibility of an ancient, global technology. The monoliths, silent and enigmatic, continue to guard their secrets. But the quest for truth, the pursuit of knowledge, goes on. Despite the resistance, despite the ridicule, the search for answers continues. The theory that ancient monoliths are remnants of a forgotten global technology carries profound implications beyond the realm of archaeology or technology. It nudges us toward the realm of the spiritual, the symbolic, and the divine. If these monoliths are indeed technological artifacts, what does that suggest about the beliefs of our ancient ancestors, their encounters with the divine, and their understanding of the cosmos? Consider the gods as aliens theory that has gained popularity in recent years. This concept posits that beings from other planets visited Earth in antiquity, sharing knowledge and technology with our ancestors. These alien visitors, the theory goes, were perceived as deities by ancient civilizations, their advanced technology mistaken for divine powers. If we accept this possibility, the monoliths could be viewed as tangible evidence of these encounters, physical remnants of a time when gods walked among humans. From this perspective, the monoliths are not merely stone structures. They are symbols of a forgotten past, relics of a time when humanity had a direct line to divine knowledge. They are reminders of our ancestors' encounters with beings who, in their wisdom and power, seemed godlike. They stand as silent testaments to a time when the boundary between the human and the divine was blurred, when gods and humans coexisted and communicated. But this theory raises more questions than it answers. If these beings were indeed alien visitors, where did they come from? Why did they leave? And perhaps most intriguingly, did they leave behind more than just these monoliths? Could there be other remnants of their presence waiting to be discovered? Could we, in our exploration of these ancient structures, stumble upon a forgotten chapter of human history? This perspective also challenges our understanding of spirituality. It suggests a symbiosis between technology and spirituality, a union that our modern minds struggle to comprehend. It hints at a time when science and religion were not at odds with each other, but rather were two sides of the same coin. A time when the pursuit of knowledge was not separate from the quest for spiritual enlightenment, but was, in fact, an integral part of it. In this light, the monoliths become more than just enigmatic stone structures. They become symbols of a forgotten wisdom, a lost understanding of the cosmos. They remind us of a past where humanity was not merely a passive observer of the universe, but an active participant in its mysteries. They invite us to look beyond our current understanding, to question our assumptions, and to seek the wisdom of our ancient ancestors. They challenge us to remember a time when the divine was not a distant concept, but a tangible reality. In the digital age, these theories have found new life and a fresh audience. The advent of the Internet, with its democratization of information, has allowed alternative perspectives like these to flourish. YouTube channels, documentaries, online forums, and books have become platforms for exploring these ideas, bringing this theory back into the public consciousness. Among these, YouTube has played a significant role. Channels dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of ancient civilizations abound, with some amassing millions of subscribers. Videos presenting the monoliths as ancient technology often rack up hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of views. The comments section becomes a vibrant hub of debate, with viewers sharing their thoughts, theories, and sometimes their own research. Documentaries also contribute to this resurgence. Films like Revelation of the Pyramids and TV series like Ancient Aliens have introduced mainstream audiences to these theories. They present compelling arguments, weaving together historical facts, scientific evidence, and expert interviews to make their case, all while maintaining a sense of mystery and intrigue that keeps viewers hooked. Conspiracy forums, too, are abuzz with discussions on this topic. Threads analyzing the construction of the monoliths, their locations, and their possible functions proliferate. These online communities harbor a shared curiosity, a collective desire to uncover the truth hidden beneath centuries of history. Books, both fiction and non-fiction, have also fed this resurgence. Erich von Daniken's Chariots of the Gods is perhaps the most famous, suggesting that our ancestors were visited by extraterrestrials who left behind these monoliths. While the book has its critics, it has undoubtedly played a significant role in popularizing this theory. In this modern resurgence, the monoliths have become symbols of an ancient mystery, an unsolved puzzle that continues to captivate the collective imagination. They have sparked a global conversation, a debate that transcends borders and cultures. They have challenged our understanding of history, technology, and spirituality, forcing us to question our assumptions and to look at the past with fresh eyes. This resurgence has also shaped public perception, creating a sense of wonder and curiosity around these ancient structures. The monoliths are no longer just historical artifacts. They have become a testament to a forgotten chapter of human history, a link to our ancient ancestors, and a reminder of a time when humanity was intimately connected with the cosmos. They have become a symbol of the potential for human knowledge and spiritual growth, a beacon that guides us as we navigate our way through the mysteries of the universe. As we delve deeper into the more esoteric interpretations of these ancient monoliths, we enter a realm where the line between science and mysticism blurs, where the known and the unknown intersect, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. One such possibility that arises from these intersections is that the monoliths might not be the result of terrestrial labor, but a testament to extraterrestrial intervention. Many proponents of this theory point to the sheer scale and precision of these structures, arguing that our ancient ancestors, with their primitive tools, could not have possibly built these monoliths without some form of advanced technology or assistance. They assert that these monoliths could have been created by alien visitors who came to Earth eons ago, leaving behind these colossal structures as markers, perhaps for navigation, communication, or even as a form of galactic artwork. Another interpretation, equally fascinating, revolves around the idea of dimensional portals. Some theorists propose that these monoliths are not just physical structures but gateways to other dimensions. They suggest that the precise alignment of these monoliths with celestial bodies, their unique acoustic properties, and their electromagnetic anomalies are indicative of an otherworldly function. They argue that these monoliths might have been used by ancient civilizations to communicate with higher dimensions or to travel across time and space. Then there's the theory of lost ancient technologies. It proposes that ancient civilizations once possessed advanced technology, even superior to our own, and these monoliths are remnants of that lost knowledge. The evidence, proponents say, lies in the monumental scale, the meticulous precision, and the enigmatic abilities of these structures. This theory is often tied to the concept of cyclical time, suggesting that humanity has risen and fallen multiple times, and that we are just the latest cycle unaware of our own past greatness. Finally, there's the speculation about bloodlines of non-human origin, suggesting that the creators of these monoliths were not entirely human, but a hybrid species or even a completely different sentient life form. Theorists argue that the knowledge and capabilities required to construct these monoliths suggest a level of intelligence and physical ability beyond the reach of primitive humans, pointing towards the involvement of a non-human entity. These interpretations, as radical as they might seem, challenge us to rethink our understanding of our history, our ancestors, and our place in the universe. They compel us to consider possibilities beyond our conventional wisdom. These theories, these questions, are leading us on a journey of discovery, one that might not only unravel the mysteries of these ancient monoliths, but also shed light on our own origins and destiny. As the echoes of ancient stone and the whispers of bygone eras fade into silence, we are left standing in the shadows of these colossal monoliths, grappling with mysteries that have outlived empires. The theories we've explored are but fragments of a larger narrative, a mosaic of truth lost to the sands of time. The true origins and purpose of these monoliths remain shrouded in antiquity, their stories yet to be fully told. Yet the veil of obscurity is not entirely impenetrable. The monoliths themselves, in their grandeur and complexity, offer tantalizing clues to their own enigma. The intricate alignments, the remarkable acoustics, the peculiar electromagnetic properties, all point towards a purpose far beyond mere symbolism or ritual. These characteristics suggest a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos and the forces of nature, a knowledge that seems out of place in the context of ancient civilization as we understand it. The theory of ancient advanced technology, as unsettling as it is intriguing, offers a potential explanation. If we entertain the possibility that our ancestors possessed technical prowess beyond our current comprehension, we are forced to reconsider the narrative of linear human progress. The concept of cyclical time, where civilizations rise and fall, achieving heights of grandeur and depths of oblivion, presents a humbling perspective on our own existence. Similarly, the speculations about non-human entities or hybrids as the architects of these monoliths stretch the boundaries of our understanding. They suggest the existence of sentient beings whose intelligence and capabilities far surpass our own, beings who may have left their mark on our planet and possibly on our own DNA. The exploration of these theories is a journey into the unknown, a voyage through the uncharted waters of the human past. It is akin to gazing into a mirror dimly lit by the lantern of history, trying to discern our own reflection. The image is elusive, ever-changing, yet it is undeniably captivating. The monoliths stand as silent witnesses to a forgotten era, their secrets tightly locked within their stone hearts. Yet they also serve as beacons, guiding our quest for understanding and sparking our curiosity. They ask us to question, to explore, to seek answers beyond the confines of accepted history. They challenge us to accept that the reality we know might be but a thin veneer over a profound, ancient truth. As we stand on the precipice of understanding, the monoliths beckon us towards the unknown. They are a testament to a past that refuses to be forgotten, a past that may yet redefine our future. They are a reminder that our journey is far from over, that our search for truth is a path winding into the depths of time and the expanse of the cosmos, towards a destination yet to be discovered. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Ancient Conspiracy Files. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.